Welcome to another video at the Tooth Factory. Today we're going to be talking about the career guidance for internationally trained dentists in Canada, and this will be a 15-step guide for you to go from BDS to DDS plus permanent residence of Canada. See, for these steps to occur, you'd have to go through such a strugglesome journey. But what do you exactly have to do? What can you predict? What's coming your way? Those things are important to know. So Dr. Kannan Shah has put together a beautiful presentation for us that I, Rishi Shah, will be presenting. In our journey from BDS to DDS, from your home country to Canada, we are going to be discussing these 15 steps. We're going to be starting during your BDS studies and then your internship. Then document collection phase, conditional offer letter, admissions offer letter, student visa, application phase, the biometric collection phase, the visa call, the welcome to Canada study phase, the work permit phase, the NDEB verification, and the permanent residence application phase. Later, the AFK preparation and the exam itself, the DDS degree program, and further NDEB exams depending on which route we choose, and then finally ending at DDS license and Canadian PR. So let's explore these steps one by one. First one is, what should you do during your Bachelor's of Dental Surgery degree? Well, we should aim for a distinction in the final year. Well, if not, then 65 to 70% approximately will be great. Why? Well, see, first of all, with those marks, you would be acquiring a lot of fundamental knowledge of dentistry that'll help you compete in these difficult NDEB exams. You'll also be having competitive marks that'll help you all applicants to challenge the DDS admission process in the future. So why not plan ahead directly from our BDS? Remember, these are the steps that are not discussed, but now we've put together an entire list to help us understand how the pathway works. The second step is preparation during internship. What should you do? Well, IELTS preparation, an exam with aimed to score overall of 7.0, an individual no less than 6.5. I know this is a little bit more than the requirement of the student visa, but this score will always help you all throughout your journey. So let's aim for an overall 7.0. And the second part of it is research 5 relatable international education programs situated in Canada. By relatable, I mean what you relate to. It doesn't have to be what other peers choose, but it's something you like. But make sure we look for 5 relatable topics. I have pasted the link down here. It'll also be in the description box below. Make sure that the courses you select are targeted duration of 2 years or more. This is for work permit basis. We'll take a look at it in a little bit of future here. These are just a little flash of most chosen courses such as MPH, MHA, dental hygiene, and office administration for our BDS graduates. I have also put in the description box the extended information of these courses, such as how much they cost, what's the duration of each, which colleges or universities to choose, and their links as well. So please take a look at them in the description box to know more. Step 3 is document collection phase for your courses. See, this is also during an internship, right? You're applying to retrieve your university transcripts and mark sheets. They must be sealed. The letter of recommendation collection, that must also be sealed. So now, by this time, you have all 3, right? Step 3, you have 3. You got official transcripts, you got IELTS scores, and you have your LORs. Moving on to step 4, the conditional offer letter. Now that you've actually applied, you're still in an internship, which is why you're going to be getting a conditional offer letter, not a final. See, you begin your application at the Canadian courses. The fee of the application could range from $75 to $250, which is non-refundable. But remember, this is if you do it yourself. If you hire somebody else to do it, it'll be more. The wait period is undetermined as of now, specifically due to the pandemic, for the acceptance rate. Basically, for this step, to turn into this step. Conditional offer letters will be offered by the universities. It can take up to 6 to 12 weeks after you apply, for sure. And then we're awaiting the final degree post-internship. See, the condition is that you pass the internship. That's why it's called a conditional offer letter. Once you get your final degree, then you can move on to your final admission. For any follow-up starting step 4, you are completely allowed to go through the enrollment centers of your respected colleges via email, and they are very quick. They reply within 24 to 48 hours. Step 5, the admissions letter and BDS graduation. See, now you've graduated, right? So congratulations, you guys, for completing the internships. The final BDS degree is now in your proud possession. So they must be sent to the college or university in Canada so that you can now get your final admissions letter, the conditional offer, to be converted to admissions offer. Pay the fees of the course in full for the first semester or the year, depending on which college you choose. They can range from $5,000 to $15,000 per semester or per year, depending on the course you go through. They must be transferred through international wire transfer. Remember that the admissions letter and enrollment letter is the eligibility criteria for student visa or study permit application. Step 6, the student visa or study permit application. Finally, you have your admissions. Let's apply for your study permit to be filed on the basis of admissions letter. What are the factors that are involved? We have IELTS scores, we have LORs, letter of recommendations, your transcripts, your current passport and ID, and a receipt of medical examination. This is also a step we have to go through for Canadian immigration, medical examination. The link to the student visa application form and the checklist is right here. Again, the link will be in the description box below for this step, step number 6. And we also have to take into account the GIC aspect. So what is GIC? It stands for Guaranteed Investment Certificate. What is it? Well, it's a short-term liquid investment for a period of 1 year offered by Canadian banks with a guaranteed rate of return in 12 equal installments. See, basically what you're paying to the government or the Canadian banks, to be honest, is a mandatory $10,200 for education security, out of which you will get $200 of fees charged for the bank, and then $10,000 remaining will be given to you in 12 equal installments in the first year of your studies. That way you have a certain amount of money set aside to help you survive and pay towards your education. Step number 7, we're halfway there, you guys. The biometric. The biometric requirements in person at the nearest Canadian embassy. The fingerprint recording technology is used for identification purposes. It's needed for study permits. Well, let me clarify this doubt here. The temporary resident visa, the TRV, is something that allows you to enter Canada. However, study permit that we're also applying for allows you to remain in Canada. See, this is used for traveling, this is used for staying in Canada. So we're going to be applying for both. Step 8, the visa call. Visa approvals through passport submission and stamping at the nearest VFS Global office. Canada deals with VFS Global for its immigration and passport submission purposes. It can take a few days to a few weeks for the approval after the biometric has been evaluated. Now, in today's time, the coronavirus has kind of put the whole time frame a little bit behind, so that could turn into a little bit more delay, but they're working on it. Link to the VFS Global offices for passport submission is also pasted below. So for step number 8's link, please look in the description box below. Do not hesitate to ask questions in the comments. And then moving on to step 9, the student visa phase. Congratulations, doctors. You have now been eligible to come to Canada. So let's book your tickets to Canada and prepare for your arrival. Just a little hint here that generally your college will send you an arrivals package that'll give you guidance as to what to expect when you come to Canada. Now, let's spend the next 2 to 3 years studying, learning new cultures, experiences, and exposures. As we do, we need to find a place to rent, whether individualized by yourself or in sharing. Majority of the students share at about $350 to $400 per room. College students, basically your classmates, Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji.ca is the database that'll help you find a place for you to rent. Also, part-time jobs are significant during this phase. So step 9 in student visa, part-time jobs play the most important role that will allow you 20 hours of employment during your studying time and 40 hours of employment during your scheduled break, such as time between 2 semesters. You'll get 40 hours of employment. It'll help you pay for your expenses, such as rent. Moving on to step 10, the work permit phase. 2 to 3 years later, after we finish our studying, we have graduated from the student visa course flawlessly. We now have to find a job using various methods, such as the Indeed database or Canada Job Bank. These are 2 websites where you can find jobs, or through placements if your course provides placements. But our goal is to attain work permit in step 10. Work permit application for your permanent 40-hour full-time employment in your new field. 2 to 3 years will get you 2 to 3 years of work permit. This is why we needed the 2 to 3 years of education to get a 2 to 3 years of work permit. See, for PR eligibility, more employment, the better it is. So we avoid the 1-year courses because they will only lead you to 8 to 12 months of work permit, and that's not enough for you to qualify for permanent residence. So step 11, we are now into the work permit. This step is within the work permit phase. It's called the NDEB equivalency and PR application phase. So what does that entail? Well, permanent residence application at the end of the work permit phase has to be taken place, where work experience from your new field will help, and so can your employer. This is a very common concept. See, your employer can write you a letter that'll help you to get your PR application be given more importance. It is aimed to perform well at your job in order to get your work permit converted into PR. It's the experience that counts. It's the job title that counts. Next, we'll also be doing NDEB document verification, which is step 1 in DDS journey in Canada during your work permit. So in your timeline, now you're entering your dental market through the NDEB, of course. What you'll have to do is submit documents in order to apply for verification, right? So there's 2 types of categories, principal applicant and your home university. As a principal applicant, you must submit a final degree, internship certificate, the rotation completion certificate, the passport ID, and a photograph listed by the NDEB. And your home university will be able to send a confirmation of degree completion form, which is found on NDEB's website, and the official sealed university transcripts. The wait time for this application to be verified is around 4 to 8 months as of 2022, which is great. Here's the website for NDEB's application procedure. It is also placed in the description box below. The NDEB's one-time registration fee is $900 Canadian. It is less than it used to be. It used to be $1,100. Step 12, preparation for the AFK exam, the assessment of fundamental knowledge, the first exam in NDEB. A total of attempts, there are 3 tries. The fee for AFK exam is $800 Canadian dollars each attempt. The dates are February and August of each year. The delivery method is on paper and online, but it is situated within Canada, not outside of Canada. Well, in terms of Australia and Hong Kong, yes, but not in, say, Middle Eastern countries or Asian countries or African countries, right? Also, they're moving away from the paper. They're going towards online. Just a little heads up there. Also, during step 12, we need to worry about how to prepare for AFK exam. How long will it take? So, study at home using your resources provided by NDEB. You could do your release questions, you could do articles and textbooks that are listed by NDEB. We can provide you with the step 1B. That's not a problem. We've been helping a lot of viewers with that, so feel free to reach out to us. And also there are coaching classes that are targeted at AFK. See, in Canada, we got many available on-site and online based. However, their costs are $4,500 to $5,000 for a 5-month duration. They're extremely targeted and well informed. However, this is the first time the Tooth Factory would like to inform that we are coming out with our own course. I know we're still under construction, but we're very excited to let you guys know that we're working on something that Tooth Factory has created. A course directed to AFK. What are the features of it? Well, we have subscription-based system, not a full entitlement. We got monthly payments which are less than $500 that are coming up. We will have question banks with answers and explanations. We will have interactive quizzes, direct video lectures, textbook resources, study from home, anywhere, anytime method, and then personalized scheduling facility. We will give you a schedule that suits your preferences from your employment, from your family time, and so on. There will be a chance for a weekly webinar for concept clarification if need be. So please stay tuned. We're coming soon. Moving on to step 13, let's take the AFK and await the PR. In February or August attempts, the average applicant volume is around 3,000 to 5,000 people per year around the globe. So take the AFK after preparing for the exam with targeted education. The results can take up to 8 to 10 weeks to be released on your NDEB portal. AFK marks will determine the further routes towards DDS licensing. So step 13, very important. See, your passing mark is 75 rescaled. See, it's not really percentage, it's a rescaled mark. A competitive mark is above 85, and further steps will then lead you to either exam route or university route. So results, yep, nail chewing worthy, guys. So note, we are waiting for the PR application to be approved meanwhile as well. So we're doing two things at one right now, which is around 6 to 12 months long. So for summary for step 13, let's aim for a high score to open both routes, exams and university. So let's try 85 and above for AFK, guys. Step 14 is finally moving into the DDS market as a degree or the exams. Exams being the ACJ and NDECC. So step 8, let's talk about the university route. For the degree completion with International Dental Program, the IDPs. What's the requirement? Well, first of all, we need a permanent residence. So remember back here when we're here, it says 6 to 12 months. That's what's exactly fulfilled. We are now given the permanent residence, so the requirement is fulfilled. Perfect timeline, eh? And then number 2 is high competitive AFK score of 85 and above. And finally, the number 3 is application form with their individual fees of $250 approximately per university. With IDP, the admissions into the 3rd or 4th year of DDS is achieved. This has actually changed, guys. It is 2nd or 3rd year now, not 3rd or 4th. After the completion of bench tests, applications, and interviews, we will be able to study the degree. Or you could do further NDEB exams towards just your license. However, we are not going to get our degrees through the licensing procedure. We'll only get a general practitioner license for dentistry. What's the requirement for that? In that phase, we have passing the AFK with a minimum of 75, then taking exam number 2, which is the assessment of clinical judgment, exam number 3, which is a National Dental Examination of Clinical Competence. We have recently released a video on this. as this is a brand new update in the NDEB. And then written and OSCE board exams that even the university students have to do, and provincial licensure procedure for all dentists in Canada. So just a little heads up here that university route will be 2 to 3 years long at $200,000 of your investments approximately. However, your licensing procedure can be 1 to 2 years with only about $50,000. And now you're a dentist. So step 15, here we are at the end. You have now received your DDS license and degree if applicable to your case, and finally you got your permanent residence of Canada. So congratulations doctor, you're at step 15. Now you're eligible to practice anywhere in Canada and earn your salary and pay off your loans and be stress-free for the first time in 10 years. This 1 decade-long journey has now ended with a 5-year of your BDS, 7-year of your Canada and DDS. Therefore, you have spent at least 12 years of your life and you have sacrificed the following things. You've sacrificed your family life living abroad, your luxurities trying to save money, your comfort living in spendings. Types of jobs you would have to do over the years would degrade you from a BDS to a laborer sometimes. Patience of going through the whole process, and you'll have to face a lot of downfall with self-esteem and confidence. Oh my god, so this step 15 was actually a little depressing, right? Well, in order for you to reach that trophy, climb up the mountain steep hills with the weight of risk at the back is the only way to go. No shortcut, guys, but is it really worth it? Doctor, once you go through the ocean of fire, I swear, you will see nothing but bliss. You will give yourself a smile in the mirror and say, I did it. Who said I couldn't do it? Who said it was not possible? I made it. This moment of proudness and humbleness will tool your heart, and you would have successfully flipped your own life around. All I can say, doctor, is don't give up. Plan ahead. Remember, step 1 was in BDS and step 15 was in DDS. So plan ahead, stick to the plan, stick to the 15 steps. Do not miss a step on the ladder. Don't take shortcuts. Do not be influenced by your company of friends in Canada, because everyone has a different story, everyone has a different goal, but you do not stop. Do not take a breath until the end. Do not put your future of 50 years at stake for 15 years of efforts and hardships. Absolutely worth the reward, guys. Absolutely worth my 2 doctors and doctoresses. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us. Keep watching us for more guidance, so please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more notifications so you can support us through this journey and we can keep providing you with better content, both academically and career oriented. Thank you so much, guys. Tooth Factory signing off.